Family, welcome back. This is Pillars of History. We are very grateful to be with you and we thank you for clicking on this video. This is Ice Frank, your host on Pillars of History. I thank you for being part of the family and the great Pan-African agenda of pushing the great and independent narrative. Thank you. Today we are going to focus on Niger. Niger, a member of the AES states, Alliance of Sahel states. It made a bold move that left the world stunned. So Niger recently announced that it will no longer sell its uranium to Western countries. So Western countries concerning any uranium from Niger, all cooperation was suspended. And this came from the announcement that was announced by the head of state of Niger, General Abdourahamane Tchiani. Let me give you a very clear picture about this incident and this issue and what drove this issue or this move by the Nigerian government. Let's first get the clear picture here. For decades, a French-affiliated nuclear company has been at the heart of Niger's uranium industry. It has operated major mines like Somea, Cominac, and Uranium, providing uranium that powers France's nuclear plants and contributes to Europe's energy security. But today, that long-standing relationship between Niger and France is no longer there. Since the coming to power of General Abdourahamane Tchiani in 2023, things changed. There have been a great agenda and a great push for sovereignty and nationalization of all minerals. All minerals in the Sahel states have been pushing for their nationalizations. So the leaders in the Sahel are pushing for nationalization of their own resources because they claim that they also want to benefit from their natural resources, which have been plundered by the West for quite a very big period of time. So let's see. We are going to see three core issues in this video. What does nationalization of uranium mines mean to Niger? Niger is accusing Uranium of the French company of taking the big shares and owning the companies. Uranium had 88% in the stakes. So you see that the country is the one that is losing, right? So for Niger to regain control of its mines, it has suspended all contracts of Orano. We are going to see how Orano responded to this action by the Nigerian government. So the nationalization of resources have been driven by sovereignty and large push to reclaim national resources to benefit the local population. And indeed, you cannot fight for sovereignty and you make your resources available for other countries to be the ones that are extracting them. So the Sahel states have been pushing this agenda in order to reclaim their own resources. And indeed, for Niger, it has already taken a stance. It will no longer sell any uranium to Western countries, and particularly France. It accuses France of exploitative measures and use of harsh means to extract those minerals. Of course, it will have an impact on the Nigerian government and the economy, but for a long time, the Nigerian people will benefit from that bold decision. Another thing, how will it impact Europe and France particularly? France has been heavily reliant on the uranium that has been exploited from Niger. France's nuclear power plants actually are being powered by the uranium that is exploited or extracted from Niger. So the French nuclear plants have already blown up and they have started seeing the impact of that move. So another thing we are going to see, the risks. Orano has already retaliated by pursuing a legal action against the Nigerian authorities, accusing them of using harsh means to obtain those mines. That is what Orano tried to say. But indeed, it will not work nowadays, this time, because all African countries are nationalizing their resources, from Ghana to Botswana, from Nigeria to Kenya. Every country in Africa is taking that bold move to nationalize their own resources for the benefit of the masses. So I think for the case of the Orano, the French-owned company that is trying to take a legal action against the Nigerian authorities, I think that will not work out. Let's wait, and we shall see what will cover up. So another thing we can say that we have the economic and geopolitical implications for Niger. Niger, it hopes to gain more revenue from those mines. Niger also hopes to get more employment opportunities for the young generation from the mines. But it will also impact on its economy, because most of the trained people who have been working in those mines are going to leave, because most of them were paid by the French. So if they leave, of course, their skills will not be obtained. So Niger will also have another expense of training other capable workers to work in those mines. So that is how things are in Niger now. But Niger is strengthening ties with China and Russia. So China has stepped in to replace France. This is how politics are nowadays. If you try to vanquish, or if you try to do like this, of course someone is waiting for you. If you leave, someone will come and replace you. That's how things are. Because I remember the French president Emmanuel Macron said that Africa cannot survive without France. But the Sahel states have shown that they can not only survive, but they can also thrive. So the Sahel states are very determined to grow their economies independently. What does this teach us as Africans? This is teaching us that Africans, we can stand for our own. Africans can stand and we can thrive without any assistance from any other person. So for Niger to nationalize its resources, it is a push to reclaim their national pride and independence. The French have been working in Niger for more than decades, since independence in 1960s, but nothing changed totally. Up to now, there are places in Niger you cannot even go walking.